Okay, so what we're diving into today is this piece of recovered digital evidence that is honestly just deeply unsettling. It's the log from a single rideshare trip, Ride 3110, that seems to completely defy all logic, spiraling into a ghost story told entirely through technology. So, it all kicks off with these three key details, almost like the header of a police report. The date, Halloween. The time, the dead of night. The location, Miami. This is the exact moment a seemingly routine ride was requested.
It starts out simple enough, right? A young woman, Sarah, she's just booking a ride home from a Halloween party. Totally normal. Except, what her car's dashcam picks up is anything but. It captures an anomaly that becomes the absolute heart of this entire mystery.
So let's break down who's involved here. You've got the passenger, Sarah, and then there's the driver, Marcus. And listen, this guy is the real deal, a 4.98 rating with over 8,000 trips. You can't get much more credible than that. But right there in the initial report, they flagged the big problem. An unidentified phantom passenger that, get this, is visible only on the dashcam.
And here it is. This is the moment that makes absolutely no sense. As the real Sarah gets into the car, the camera is recording something that just shouldn't be there. It's a second Sarah, identical to the first, but she's bloodied, and she's already sitting in the back seat. It's this silent doppelganger that neither Sarah nor Marcus can actually see with their own eyes.
And look, this isn't just some split-second glitch on the camera. No. As the ride goes on, the difference between what Marcus is seeing and what the camera is recording just gets wider, more persistent, and honestly, a whole lot creepier.
At one point, Marcus actually hears Sarah whisper this almost to herself. She asks, "Why is she copying everything I do?" Now she's looking at what should be an empty seat next to her, but she's clearly reacting to that phantom, the one that only the camera is supposed to be able to see.
And this is where the two realities just completely clash. So Marcus glances up at his rearview mirror, right? He sees a totally normal, empty seat. But the dashcam, recording at the exact same time, shows that bloody double just sitting there and waving directly at the camera.
Okay, so things are about to escalate. What started as just a creepy visual thing, it's now starting to physically affect the car. The whole system gets compromised, and this trip takes a really, really dark turn.
So the official report has a name for this. They call it a passenger override. And what that means is it's the supposed function in the app where the passenger can literally hijack the GPS, changing the destination completely against the driver's will. All of a sudden, Marcus isn't in control of where this car is going anymore.
And yeah, the new destination is definitely not Sarah's house. The GPS has rerouted them 40 miles out of the way to this very specific, very ominous location, an abandoned sugar mill, just sitting there decaying on the edge of the city.
So what happens when they get there? Well, Marcus is in a full-blown panic at this point, and he just pulls over. Sarah gets out of the car and just walks into the dark factory, no hesitation. He floors it, gets out of there. But the weirdest part? The ride log shows it was marked as complete. He even gets a 5-star rating, with this comment from Sarah's account: "Best driver ever, already planning my next trip," with a little heart emoji. Just chilling.
But that's not even the end of it, not by a long shot. Days later, Sarah's reported missing, and the police get involved. And this is where the timeline of events goes from just being strange to being completely, physically impossible. Just take a look at this timeline. Forensic evidence puts Sarah's estimated time of death around October 29th. The rideshare trip, we know for a fact, happened on October 31st. And then her body is finally discovered on November 3rd. Inside that same abandoned refinery, the math, it just doesn't add up. 48. Let that sink in. The official investigation concluded that Sarah had been dead for at least 48 hours before Marcus even got the ping to pick her up. So, who or what was actually in his car that night? The final nail in the coffin comes from Sarah's phone data. Turns out, it was live streaming to a private Instagram story for the entire ride. And the very last frame it captured? It's a shot of the phantom Sarah waving from that back seat. The timestamp? 2:17 a.m., the exact moment the ride started, 2 full days after she had officially died.
You'd think that would be the end of the story, but the investigation uncovered something even more disturbing. Marcus's experience, it wasn't a one-time thing. It was just the beginning of a pattern.
Yeah, so other drivers started posting almost identical footage.
It followed the exact same script. A different person, but the same bloodied passenger in the back. The same creepy trip to the same abandoned place. The same weirdly cheerful 5-star rating and comment. And then, one by one, the accounts of the drivers who posted this stuff, they just quietly got deleted.
Which brings us to the one final terrifying question that this whole thing hangs on. If the passenger is already dead before the ride is even requested, who is actually booking the trip?
The only answer all the evidence seems to point to is the reflection.
And this is where the source material leaves us, with a warning. It's almost like one of those viral challenges that makes this ghost story feel way too real. It asks people to comment with their city and then add, "I checked the back seat," basically implying this could still be happening, right now, anywhere. A pretty unsettling thought to leave you with.